What's going on, y'all? So we are finally here in the part of the month where we're using other people's teams now. And we're going to be starting that with a team built by our good friend XC Zach X20. If you do not know them, they're a good friend and fellow content creator who has been also trying out my teams. You know, I have a few friends that we kind of go like team for team, right? And we try each other's teams each month. This team is called Doggy Darko. Definitely, me and Zach are from, I feel like very similar age groups. You know, like his YouTube tag is pretty much like an AOL name, and Donnie Darko, which is kind of the idea with this, right? Is it's a pretty weird movie, but it's very like my generation, so pretty funny. I'm definitely excited to use this team. Me and Zach were at one point talking about spreads for a Yveltal, so I'll be interested to see what the spread ends up being on this Yveltal, because I couldn't find a Pokepaste. Then on the side over here, you might also notice that we do have our friend Andy VGC's Polyroll team, and on the other side we have our friend Gigawatt's Bronzong team, which they used to get second place at one of their local regionals called the Skydrop Regional. And then we have another team that I will save as a surprise to try. So, you know, we've got some teams we'll be trying, and I'm definitely excited. Let's look at this paste. So we've got the Life Orb Yveltal with Dark Pulse, Oblivion Wing, and Foul Play. Foul Play is obviously nice because it doesn't have to rely on your attack, and it punishes their attack like Zacian's. We've got a Zacian. We've got Assault Vest Rillaboom, which is, you know, it's nice to see Assault Vest Rillaboom. I definitely don't use it a lot, but it can do things. We've got a Screech Regieleki, meanest Pokemon on the market, besides, you know, Grimmsnarl and Incineroar, obviously. Speaking of Incineroar, we have an Incineroar. And then we have Gastrodon. So, all in all, if there's anything that I've learned in this format, honestly, it's that Gastrodon, Incineroar, and Regieleki being on your team is just a great core. And Rillaboom, I mean, is great too. So I think this team, all in all, already has the basics of what it needs, right? There might be times where you wish that Regieleki had a move that could hit ground Pokemon, but that's just, it's going to affect the way that you think about the team, right? Like, if you see a ground Pokemon, you need to either not bring Regieleki, or you need to make sure that you get rid of it before you get in an end game where it's like just Regieleki versus Landorus or something, and then you just like auto lose. So you definitely need to like think about the way that you play it, right? But Landorus shouldn't really be a problem for this team unless you lose Gastrodon too early. So yeah, I'm excited to try this team. I think it looks interesting. I hope we can click Screech Behemoth Blade at least like once. And you know, let's just get into it. Definitely go check out Zach, if I did not say that already. His channel stuff will be in the descriptions below. The descriptions, yes. God. I gotta stop watching videos of cute dogs or something. OxyClean, aka my guy. So what do we do? Like, you definitely don't really want to lead Regieleki, but at the same time you kinda do, you know what I mean? What I think I have to do is lead like Yveltal with maybe Zacian and Gastrodon in the back. is gonna have to be it. You could argue for taking Rillaboom over Gastrodon, and that really just comes down to how, well, I mean, do you really expect to be in a bad position with Calyrex as, like, the Pokemon you're worried about? Honestly, like, not really. So something I kind of want to do right off the bat is, like, switch out Incineroar for Zacian, because it really depends on if we can actually bait them into protecting Venusaur, right? Like, if we can do that, then we get a free switch into Zacian. Well, I mean, if they lead Groudon. Okay, well, that certainly I can handle. That I can handle. I don't know what impelled them to think that was the right lead. I don't agree with it. And next turn I am gonna hard swap in Zacian. We'll have to see on how much damage we do through the Protect, basically. They just light screen. You know this isn't over, though. Wait, what? Oh, because they're going for Trick Room. That tells me that they might not have brought Venusaur. Which, if that's the case, I mean, it's interesting. But they should have Venusaur and Groudon. Dracoflu. That's not... That's not the one. Let's switch in Zacian here. Technically we don't have to. Technically we can Parting Shot and we can Airstream. Okay. So I feel pretty comfortable in maybe just Flare Blitzing this slot and clicking Max Darkness. They might switch out Charizard right now and Dynamax Groudon. I think that would be really what seems like their only play. They obviously didn't lead correctly at all, which is, you know, their problem. I also did not check the spreads at all on my Yveltal. So maybe I should have doubled up the Charizard. I think that would have been better. Unfortunately, we didn't. We do get the burn though on Groudon. So this is looking pretty sold. There, what? That's definitely gonna lose them the game. Yeah. So at this point, I'm just gonna Flare Blitz again, and I'm going to, yeah. Crit. Yep. So at this point, we have pretty free reign to just bring out Zacian. And we always double up the, yeah. So I mean, they didn't lead correctly at all, right? Like, I was afraid of either Charizard Groudon lead or Venusaur Groudon. I think Venusaur Groudon was the scariest for me because of the amount of finagling that it was going to take to, like, just play the match. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. Pokemons. Pokemons. Okay. I like the idea of leading like Regieleki Zacian here, just because of the amount of pressure that it puts on, with really Bangles in the back and Gastral Donge also. Wait, I'm doing the lead, aren't I? I'm doing the lead. Okay. I mean, realistically speaking, how do they ever deal with this? Like, I could just click Screech Behemoth Blade, right? I just think, based on what might happen here, this is probably best. Okay. We have, what, a magnet or a sash? What do we have? They should, yeah, I was gonna say. And so I might have actually wanted to click Play Rough here instead of Behemoth Blade, but we'll see. My lord, man. Did I click the wrong Electroweb, or what is that? I mean, did I click the wrong Max Lightning? No. It just, that's just what happened, I guess. Okay, so the question is, do I want to switch out here? The answer is not that much, but I mean, it technically could be a good play. Let's just Lightning again and Sacred Sword. So the concern, right, is that they have Zacian in the back, if I'm correct. And, Zacian should be able to just, like, one-shot us. Hmm. Is it worth wasting their time? Or is this obvious? Because I'm afraid it's obvious. So now the question becomes, should I Behemoth Blade the Grim, or should I Play Rough the Grim? One of them misses, one of them is better against a switch-in, right? Something I could also do is just switch out, right? I could try actually just switching out Zacian now. for Rillaboom, since it technically, like, Rillaboom's not providing me that much benefit in this endgame. And I can Electro Web. It also turns off the terrain to get me ready to yawn. They do have Reflect. Okay. So I'm gonna Fake Out here, and I'm going to Behemoth Blade that slot. I think it's risky because if I was them, I would switch in Grimmsnarl. Or, I mean, yeah. So that's why I should have Sacred Sword, and that's why I probably should lose. Yeah, so dumb. I should have Sacred Sworded. Like, there's no excuse for that, honestly. Like, I knew exactly what the right play was. Please, KO. I promise I would have won this if I just clicked Sacred Sword that one turn. Like, oh god. I mean, look, like, the team obviously had the ability to do it, and it just really frustrates me when, like, I know exactly what the right thing to do is, and then I sit there and I'm like, well, maybe let's not do that. Like, it's dumb. Like, alright, y'all, let's try to get another win with this team. As you can see, we are absolutely tanking. And it's literally my fault. Like, you guys already saw it with me clicking Sacred Sword, or not clicking Sacred Sword. Like, I don't know how to make good plays, apparently. And it's annoying. Like, what is a good play against one player is a bad player against another. And that's the problem with this. I mean, it's not the problem, it's what makes it difficult, right? And, like, you know, I can sit here and try to improve as a player by saying, like, this time I'm actually going to make the read, and then the making the read disbenefits me. You know what I mean? Like, there's literally no wiggle room. And I've literally faced the same exact team, like, how many matches in a row? Like, what? Is that supposed to tell me that maybe I should adjust so that I stop losing? Like, I don't know. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I realistically supposed to do against this? Like, yes, you can start Regieleki Zacian. Does it get you where you need to be? Not really. You can start Regieleki Gastrodon. That doesn't necessarily help. I mean, it's gotta be these again, and like... Grand Ogre, cool. So there's obviously two main plays that I could make here. What does their team look like? The two main plays are I click Screech and Behemoth Blade, or It wouldn't have even KO'd, man. Like, give me a break. My god, dude. Get me out of this. Like, what am I playing? Yeah, I know, man. Good job. Like, I get it. You're really doing it. I probably should have, like, switched in Gastrodon that turn. Jesus Christ. I definitely could have switched in Gastrodon. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just tilted and annoyed, like, because I lost, like, 4 in a row just because I can't play well, apparently. Wow. I'm so happy. Here we go. Get ready for Screech Regieleki. If they do have Screech, I'm gonna be pretty annoyed, honestly. I mean, realistically, we just have to get rid of Zacian. Like, I'm not glad that I won this one because they missed an Electroweb. Quite frankly, we haven't won yet. But, you know, they are gonna click Max Strike. Which I don't necessarily agree with. I mean, like, if there's any play that's going to get them out of this, it's that play, right? So, This is like, I have to think so hard about this, and there's not even an answer. Like, so Max Quake probably does not do this much. Is it the right play to make, however? Probably, honestly. The question is, though, do we actually fake out, right? Because if we don't fake out, we can start pressuring them. And it all comes down to if Zacian protects, right? Which, like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's just the way I play, apparently. So I want to say we would pretty much have this, like, sealed if we had actually Grassy Glid the Regieleki this turn. Last turn. But, you know, we're just going to have to work a little harder now. We do, however, have to double them, which I'm not necessarily happy about. We do live. And they do have Sash. So, yeah, see, that's why I should have Grassy Glide them. But we obviously win now. Yeah. So it wasn't an easy game. It's pretty frustrating. I'm frustrated with how I played. I really would have liked to just win that second game with it. Like, if, like, basically I just wasted like a good, like, hour and a half of my life because I didn't click Sacred Sword on one turn. You know what I mean? Like, if I had just clicked that one Sacred Sword, I would have got 2 wins in a row. Then, no matter what, if I lose the next one, I don't care because I demonstrated something. But because I made a bad play and then went on to make a string of bad plays for a whole hour, I'm like, oh wow, like I can't just upload that, like, you know what I mean? And so then I go mismatch and, like, you know, did we technically deserve to win that one? No. We deserved to win that one that I didn't click Sacred Sword, but I didn't deserve to win it personally. The team deserved to win it. Me personally didn't make the right play. And that's, like, my life. But, you know, I'll stop being so hard on myself eventually, I guess. Like, you know, I don't know. But, yeah, we'll figure it out. Let's just put it that way. But, alright, let's hope that we make better plays in the future with this team. We will use it for one more match before we switch to other stuff. But, yeah, peace out, y'all.